Hang on. I gotta plug this thing in here.
It's like you literally act like you didn't know that we were starting the show.
No, the thing is, like, they tell athletes, which I am comparing myself to right now,
You should not do that.
No, that you need to. I used to play sports, flag football, but no, you need to stretch before you play the game. Well, my headphones sometimes get all tangled up, so I got to hang them out like a vampire overnight.
That doesn't matter. Hey, we're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. And
ooh, my knee's a little sore now. I think I hurt something.
You've been here for 45 minutes, and you waited until 2 seconds before the song was over to go over and pick up your headphones.
That's right. I did.
Have you ever been on time for anything in your life? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I mean, this could be like a therapy session with my therapist, Jesse, but I think this goes back, Laura, to when I was a kid and my dad said to me, you'd be late to your own funeral.
Oh, yeah. No, you're absolutely going to be late to your own funeral somehow. Like, we're all going to be standing there waiting around, and then, like, Joe's going to show up, like, 3 hours later because whoever was driving his hearse had to stop at Taco John's to get, to Taco John's.
Taco John's potato olays would be it.
That's what they were stopping to get, so.
Now, let's just dive deeper into this thing.
Okay.
I mean, let me tell you this. My personal feelings on people that are constantly habitually late. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's kind of rude. I think it's disrespectful. No, it is. Like, if somebody's constantly there.
That's why I always do it every single day.
But I swear to you, hand to God, that I don't like what I do. It's a weird, like, self-fulfilling prophecy because I plan it out. I'm like, all right, the average person as an adult probably needs 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Somewhere that's the wheelhouse. What time did I go to bed last night? Probably like 11:30.
You don't have kids.
I got Benny and Patty, but no.
You have no obligations to keep you up late.
Well, my wife. Okay, no. I have nothing. So, but that being said, you usually 9 times out of 10 are always on time, Laura. What's your secret? Take me into your wiring of your brain.
I know that I have to be at work by 5:15, and then I show up at work before 5:15.
Well, I know that too. There's no difference there.
I make sure I have enough time to get here because I do it every day, so I know how long it takes. It takes about 13 minutes from my doorstep to the doors here, unless something catastrophic happens on division or something, which happens occasionally. Then it will take about 15 to 16 minutes because still, it's not that far.
You can't see this video unless...
if I'm out of here by 5 o'clock on the dot, or out of my house by 5 o'clock on the dot, I have no problem being here on time.
Okay, well, I do something like that. I tried to make up a rhyme. I heard to memorize things. I'm like, 5:05, arrive on time. 5:08, you're going to be late.
Yep.
And I even started a timer today on my phone, like when I was leaving, because I'm like, am I taking the best way to work because all the stuff they're doing on division? And it took me 4 minutes to get to the parking garage.
That's not bad.
And then it took me about 5 minutes to get all set up and actually sit down where I'm at now with my headphones that are not plugged in.
Well, but again, they sat there for an hour before. Anyway,
if you're there, I just would like to know. Maybe nobody does, but if you are like me, like you can't stand people that are late, but for whatever reason, that's you.
616-600-0957.
Or if you're like Laura and you're like, well, I just know I have to be there. Can you explain how that works?
You show up on time, Joe. It's not hard.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
One of the most iconic voices of all time has gone silent. James Earl Jones died yesterday at his home in upstate New York. He was 93 years old, and man, he was the voice of so many iconic characters in our lives, including Darth Vader in the original Star Wars trilogy.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No, I am your father.
He also did the voice of Mufasa, who was Simba's dad in the original Lion King. And, I mean, I just think off the top of my head, some of my favorite movies, The Sandlot, Field of Dreams. I mean, Laura, we could go on and on and on. It's just a great person that we've lost.
Absolutely. If you're looking to get the kids out of the house, maybe they're already driving you crazy even though they're already back at school, the Grand Rapids Gold is offering a free basketball camp for kids later this month. They're calling it the Back to Basketball Youth Clinic. It's happening on September 19th at the Salvation Army Kroc Center here in Grand Rapids. And it's open to any kiddos aged 8 to 14. And they're going to take up to 60 kids who get to spend a little time with Gold head coach Andre Miller and his staff. I think it'd be really cool, especially if you have a kid who really loves the Gold or basketball in general, to have that kind of one-on-one time with a G League NBA coach. I think that's super cool.
Oh, for sure. I imagine as a kid, I would have loved that. Maybe we could send some of the Pistons from last year's team down just to work on a few things, too.
I was going to say, they could use the help, absolutely. And hey, if you're interested in this and you want more details, I've got got them waiting for you inside the Mix 95.7 app.
And for your final need to know news story, we're talking pizza and how long you can safely leave it out on the counter.
Like, until it's cold, right?
Well, this new study shows that a pizza left out for 6 hours is still pretty safe for eating. The pizza they tested sitting out after 12 hours found a significant amount of mold starting to take over the food. So this is what a food expert had to say.
We found about 2,600 cells per gram of pizza. Fairly low level of microbes were present on that pizza. Things like fresh produce and fresh fruits can have anywhere from 1,000 to maybe 10,000 cells per gram on them. So what we see here is that even if we had it sit out for 6 hours, that still seems to be relatively low risk.
No, I'm not eating something that's been out for 6 hours. I appreciate what
Why?
she's saying. I don't know. It's weird. I have animals, first of all, and I don't trust that one of my cats hasn't stuck their face in it or something. Like, no way am I doing this.
But in the pizza box on top of the stove, closed up, that
No.
thing's good. I mean, you could get it at 6 o'clock at night and eat it later on at midnight.
No, I'm putting it in the fridge. It's fine. I don't mind heating it up.
That's Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And according to Open Table, solo dining at restaurants is booming. Single person reservations are up 29%, especially since the pandemic. They think that might be kind of why, because people got used to being by themselves. People like to spend time on their phones, so they're more likely to dine by themselves. I do not understand how anyone does this. And I want to know if you feel the same way. 616-600-0957. I would rather sit in my car and eat alone than to sit alone in a restaurant by myself. I've never once done it. I'm never going to do it. No way.
Okay, now I like to be in my car and I'll eat alone when I'm going hog wild, where I'm like, I don't want anybody to see what I'm about to do to this food.
But have you eaten alone in a restaurant before?
Yes, I do so many things, especially with our schedule. Like you and I are up at the butt crack of dawn and we work all throughout the day with different things, but we're done at work usually by 11 or 12. We got work at home we have to do, but it's free. My wife works till 5, 6 o'clock. What am I supposed to do? Like miss out on a whole day of opportunity?
So like you go out and get lunch all by yourself?
Not all the time, but yes, I will go to a restaurant or I'll go to a place where you can sit down and I'll dine, or maybe I'll go see a movie. That's a little bit different. But yeah, eating out, I don't understand. It'd be one thing. It's like, Laura, you have to go out and sit next to random people. That's weird, right? If you don't want to like socialize and do all that, but it's just you, yourself, and I.
No. I never, even in college when I would have like moments where I'd be by myself, I would get my food to go. I'd take it back to my dorm room and I'd eat in shame by myself. There's something about being alone at a table. I feel like everyone's watching me. I think people are judging me. And I'm just like, you know what? I would just rather I do this by myself. I cannot eat by myself. I've never once done it. I will sit in my car. I don't know what it is. There's something about that. I feel like I hear the sad violin music underneath me as I'm, eating my food by myself.
Oh,
and people are like,
no.
oh, she's so pathetic. She's out in public eating alone. Like, it's different if you go out and get a cup of coffee by yourself. I'll do that. I would sit at a Starbucks with my laptop by myself, no problem. But if it is a place where I have to be sat down at like by a waitress or a host or whoever, and they have to come to me by my no, absolutely not. Taking it home, sitting on the couch and eating in shame. There's no way you're catching me in public eating solo.
See, I love eating solo. One thing I like to do, especially at like a bar, for example, where you can get a drink and there's some type of food, maybe there's a lot of food, and you can just start to talk to people if you want to, or strike up a conversation, and it could go somewhere. You might meet your new friend when you go out for that solo meal.
Or I might be weirdly talked to by some stranger that has to tell me about the UFO sightings they had 6 years ago, because that's the kind of people that I tend to attract in public.
Where are you eating?
Yeah, Applebee's. I don't know. It's no disrespect to Applebee's. I don't think everyone that eats there is crazy or anything, but I've had the worst experiences doing things solo. I won't go to bars by myself. I attract people that want to tell their life story, and I'm very empathetic and kind, and I will sit there and be so patient with you, and I don't want to do it. So I'll eat in my car instead. So are you one of those people that will eat solo? is it something that you enjoy having that meal all to yourself? Or you're like me, you'd rather just eat in shame by yourself somewhere not in public than to eat in public by yourself.
And maybe you work in the food industry, or you're a bartender, or you're a server or hostess, as Laura said. Have you noticed kind of an uptick in people actually going out and doing the solo dining?
616-600-0957.
Good morning. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And according to a new study from Open Table, they say 29% more people are dining solo than they used to. And I think that's insane people stuff, because I'm going to be honest, I would rather eat alone, die alone, whatever. No way am I eating in public by myself in front of other human beings. No. I will do the eat in my car in shame. I will take it home. Anything.
Like I said,
eating in public by myself.
If I'm getting like a couple of Coney dogs, like Detroit Coney's and chili cheese fries, and I'm going to look really, really weird just shoving that down my mouth hole, yeah, I'll eat in my car, but let's go to the restaurant. Let's go sit down, be by ourselves, and just be present.
No, absolutely not.
No,
that's great for you. I'm happy you could do that. I'm just going to sit there and think everyone's judging me because I'm a lonely, sad person with no friends, and I just can't. I'll just be sad, and I'll hear the sad violins under me the entire time, and just no thank you. So we wanted to know if you're a solo diner or not. We got a DM inside the Mix 95.7 app from Christy in Grand Haven, who said going to eat fast food alone is totally fine, but I agree with Laura. A regular restaurant would be super awkward. No thank you.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
616-600-0957. I do believe we have Alicia and Lowell who may disagree with this. Alicia, what do you think? Are you a person that will eat solo, or are you like me and refuse to do it?
I literally dream of eating solo. Okay. Now, let me tell you why. I have 4 kids. I love them to death, but I share my whole life with them.
Sure.
I've been a stay-at-home mom for over a decade, so anytime I can be alone, I don't care where I'm at, who is looking at me, I will sit there in peace. I don't even need my phone, and I will just enjoy every bite.
You know what, Alicia, I totally get it in that case, because I only have 1 kid, and right now he pretty much doesn't, he's not really, he wants bites of things, but he leaves me alone most of the time when it comes to food and stuff, and he'll be playing with something else. And yeah, no, I think at this point you've earned every solo second you can get, even if it's just hiding in the bathroom for 5 minutes. Like, please just let me go in peace.
Yes, totally.
Did you feel that way, Alicia, before you had your 4 kids, like when you were younger, or has it always been this way?
Well, I had my first kid when I turned 19, and then I had him a month later. So I've pretty much been a mom my whole adult life.
Sure. So you're just craving that. At least later on when you're in your 50s and I'm running around dealing with a high schooler, you're going to be like, freedom, sweet freedom.
Well, we're crazy because our oldest is 14 and our youngest is 3. So I'm going to have one who's graduated and one who's like just starting kindergarten.
Oh.
You're going to be dining solo for a long time.
Yes.
It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. One of the most iconic voices, I would say, of all time has gone silent. James Earl Jones passed away yesterday. He was 93 years old.
Oh, just heartbreaking. One of my favorite people in the whole world.
And hopefully with this game we can remember him, but also just bring back memories, because he was the voice to so many things. Excitement, scary, just everything. He had that deep voice, which... when I play his voice and I talk, I feel like I never went through puberty.
Sure.
All right, you can play along, but Laura, I've got 5 different clips, and I'm going to play them, and I just want you to tell me the movie or the character, whatever one you know, I guess is easier, and we'll see how many of these out of 5 you get right.
Okay.
Kind of a fun thing. I don't know if you remember this or not, but I remember this voice all the time in my house. He was the voice for CNN.
This is CNN, the most trusted name in news.
I had no clue, but like, whoa, that's a crazy big voice. So
yeah, of course.
That's an example. Let's get the game going. Laura, your first clip of James Earl Jones.
One never told you what happened to your
Star
father.
Wars.
Yes, Darth Vader in Star Wars.
Yes.
What a great guess right there. I think that's like the most iconic line out of anything, right?
Oh,
it's gotta
absolutely.
be. Okay, number 2, Laura, tell me this character or movie that James Earl Jones voiced.
People will come, Ray. They'll come to Iowa for reasons they can't even fathom. They'll turn up your driveway, not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door. as innocent as children,
Field of Dreams.
longing for the past.
Yes. I don't know. Are you a huge baseball fan? Because
No,
that's my
not at all.
favorite sport.
No,
Oh
I
my
hate
God.
baseball. It's my least favorite sport.
All weekend long, RP James Earl Jones. I'm going to be watching all these great movies that he did. A lot of them baseball related.
Yeah, sure.
All right. What about this one? This is a great movie here.
I'm King Joffrey Jofar, ruler of Zamunda.
Yeah, we'll have a seat. Chair number 2 be ready in a second.
I don't know that one.
Coming to America.
Oh, I've only seen that like one time a very long time ago. I forgot he was even in that.
I remember my dad watching it, and we laughed so hard at that movie. And then Coming to America 2 came out recently, if you want to check that out.
Yeah.
All right, Laura, there's no way I could play this entire movie. You're not going to miss this at all.
Look inside yourself,
Oh, yeah,
Simba.
Mufasa,
You are
obviously, from The
more
Lion King.
than what you have become.
You know what's nice is for so many years there were Lion King memes about the Detroit Lions and just all the darkness.
Oh.
Remember like how bad we were? But now we got to make some positive Mufasa Lion King ones.
You know what? No, the Lion King was my favorite movie as a kid.
Really?
I had the VHS. I watched it so many times. It broke, and they had to buy me a new copy of The Lion King. So, like, that his voice is Mufasa. That was the first thing I thought of as soon as the news broke. And then he was also the saxophone player in The Simpsons.
Oh, really?
Oh, he was like 7 or 8 voices in The Simpsons. Yeah, he was an alien. He's a bunch of stuff in The Simpsons also.
See, because you really like that side. I never even thought about the whole cartoon side. You're
Oh,
right.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, the other one, this might trip you up, but this your final clip was remembering James Earl Jones, who passed away yesterday.
You knew Babe Ruth?
George? I sure did. And he knew me. He was almost as great a hitter as I was. I would have broken his record, too, but...
You went blind.
Yep.
And then he got that stupid dog. It's the Sandlot.
That is correct. Laura, look at you. 5 for 5 today.
4 for 5. I missed one.
I was trying to be nice.
I know, but I can't take all the credit. I did know extra ones, though, so I get bonus points. But either way, how'd you do? Send us a DM and send the Mix 95.7 app.
Big Joe's Little Wins on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. You got something that you're excited about. Maybe it's happening right now. Maybe it's in the future. Or just some good news that happened to you. We want to spread that positivity by having you call us right now at 616-600-0957. Gianna and Sparta, thanks for calling in. Tell us about your little win.
Oh my gosh. So maybe it's a little dumb, I guess we could say, but I went to Chili's last night with my friends and I got undercharged for my meal.
Oh,
Am I
man,
a
that's a
person?
huge win. That is not dumb at all. Okay, how much should it have been? How much did you pay?
Okay, so I got the triple dipper thing. I know it's really trendy on TikTok right now, so I went to go get it, and it's about $15.99, and they just charged me for boneless wings, which was like $8 less.
Oh, that's such a nice... So they didn't mess anything up or anything, right? They just did this?
No, they just did this. Like, I don't know if I have a new boyfriend at Chili's, if my waiter was kind of trying to flirt with me or something.
Did we find love? I think we did.
You know what? At least a friend with benefits, and that benefit is good food, so no shame there at all.
I may have found love in that Chili's last night.
Sounds like a Rihanna song. Well, Gianna, that is a great story. Definitely a little win anytime you could save. And, oh, you know what? Sorry, this is a little off topic here, but going back to the, you say it was the triple dipper or whatever it was?
Yeah.
What's in that? Because I know double dipping's bad, but what's the triple dip?
So basically, you could choose any of their 3 appetizers, and it comes out in like a little plate. And personally, I eat them by myself because why not?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you can choose 3 appetizers, and it's the best of 3 worlds.
3 apps is 1 meal. Don't you know girl math?
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
It's true. What did you get?
Okay, so I got the boneless buffalo wings,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and then I got the Southwest egg rolls, and then I got the mozzarella sticks.
Oh, great trifecta of choices there. You couldn't have gone better.
You say you're single. I don't think it'll be that way long when people go back to Applebee's and hear about your order, because I'd be like, hey, girl, what's up?
Exactly.
Gianna and Sparta, thank you so much for calling and sharing your little win this morning.
Thanks, guys.
What's your little win, West Michigan? Call us right now and share it at 616-600-0957. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7.
And I am not a trend hopper. I refuse to pay full price for things. I am the cheapest human on the planet. However, recently I was scrolling on my Instagram and I fell for something that's going viral that I'm like, you know what? It's only $10. I think my baby needs this. And You seem to think that I'm absolutely unhinged for this. My husband sent me the post originally, so clearly he is totally fine with it and on board.
I thought it was a meme because a lot of times they'll make fake things for kids. I'm like, oh, whoever thought of that, they are funny, man. Way to get my day going. Like, what a great laugh.
Yeah, well, it's not a laugh. It is real. The Yaya, my first travel tumbler for toddlers. It is a baby Stanley Cup. And I mean, it looks just like it. It's got the little handle on the side. It's got the little straw. It's by the brand Yaya, so no, it's not Stanley. But I haven't even bought myself a real Stanley Cup. And I'm thinking about buying my son a baby Stanley Cup because it's super cute. They're selling out everywhere online, though. Like, I've been looking around. I tried to find one here in Grand Rapids. All of the Walmart's locations, because they're only at Walmart, they're all sold out. But there are 7 left in Lansing. So is it cool if I leave work early and drive to Lansing so I can get a baby tumbler?
You're telling me you want to leave the show early because you found some in Lansing. What's it, like an hour drive?
Yeah, about an hour.
Give or take traffic?
At the Lansing Supercenter, they've got 7 of the blue cups left. So if you're out there, you better leave one. You can have the other 6. I don't care, but I want one
I
of them.
just don't understand. Like, I get it if you want to be a basic B, but why does Justin have to be a basic baby?
Well, because we're trying to learn how to drink out of cups right now. And I'm going to be honest, I've tried all of the other cups. He hates the weighted straws. He's not a big fan of any of the sippy cups where he has to like suck on it. Like, for some reason, he can do it with a bottle. Will not do it with the sippy cup. Gets super mad. So we've been doing trial and error trying to find the perfect cup for this little guy. And all the moms on Instagram are probably being paid to tell me that it's the best cup ever and it works great. So I believe them, I think. And at this point, I'm so just desperate to get my son to enjoy any cup. If this works, worth an hour drive.
I don't think it's worth an hour drive out to Lansing to get this, but if you were to do it and post a photo of him looking cute with it up on like our Big Joe and Laura Instagram, I feel like
go viral. He could be an influencer.
I was going to say he could maybe get us some clout and get us some more followers because we're always trying to grow our Instagram page.
So, I mean, do you have one of these little tumblers? They're all sold out here in Grand Rapids.
Nobody
so somebody
has a baby Stanley Cup.
Somebody out there, do you have the baby Stanley Cup? Is it worth it? Or have you ever bought one of these baby trendy items and was it worth it when you did? 616-600-0957 or send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Let's say good morning to Sarah in Spring Lake.
Hey, Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, I love how sunny you are this morning.
You got a chance to get $35 of our Michigan Lottery jackpot. All you got to do is take Laura down. I guess to get it going, why don't you kick her out of the studio?
Get her out of the studio.
All right, Laura has left, and now 5 questions coming your way. Question 1.
Okay.
What music group was Lauryn Hill part of?
Fugees.
Question 2. In what American sport could you win a Heisman Trophy?
That'd be football.
Question 3. What U.S. state is home to the Sundance Film Festival?
Sundance is Colorado.
Question number 4. What chain restaurant is famous for serving a bloomin' onion?
Oh, bloomin' onion? That'd be Outback.
Question 5. If you tipped 20% on a $15 bill, how much would you be tipping?
$3.
I'm going to bring Laura back in.
Laura! La, 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 Laura!
Sarah in Spring Lake, as Laura comes back into the room, tell us a little bit about yourself. We need to get to know you.
So I am a grandma. A 4-year-old, yes. And I have a daughter who just got married, a different daughter, not that it matters.
Correct energy.
Then I have a couple daughters who are pregnant.
Aww.
And I work, though professionally, in the mental health field.
Oh, you're just a wonderful human across the board. A grandma helping people with their mental health, loving on people no matter where they are in life. We love to see it, Sarah.
Well, thank you.
Let's see how well things go, Laura. There is a chance for you today to beat Sarah in Spring Lake. She got 4 out of 5 right.
Ooh, okay, let's see how we do.
Question 1. What music group was Lauryn Hill part of?
Fuji's.
Correct. 1-1. In what American sport could you win a Heisman Trophy?
Football.
Correct. 2-2. Question 3. What U.S. state is home to the Sundance Film Festival?
Utah.
That is correct. Sarah said Colorado. I had no clue it was Utah.
I would have thought Colorado, but my husband's a huge movie buff, and Sundance is like one of his bucket lists, so I didn't know that.
Well, Laura has taken a 3-2 lead. Let's see how it goes going into question 4. What chain restaurant is famous for serving a blooming onion?
That would be Outback.
Correct. Score is 4-3. Final question in number 5. If you tipped 20% on a $15 bill, Laura, how much would the tip be?
20% $15 bill. $5?
Incorrect.
Oh, no. I have to get my calculator out every single time I do a tip because I don't want to ever short anybody.
Sarah in Spring Lake, you got that right. Why don't you tell Laura what it is?
$3.
Oh, well, I'm over tipping at least. I'm nice.
Yeah. Well, and it's also nice because, Sarah, you got an opening now that we've tied 4-4 to come back and play again on Wednesday for $40. Would you like to do that?
I would love to do that.
Hey, it's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix, and certain situations call for you to be anonymous. This might be one of them, but Laura and I would like to hear your story, or maybe it's your kiddo's story somehow, some way, that something either got shoved up the nose, like stuck up there, in the ear, in the mouth, or, well, I don't want to know about other places.
No, yeah, you might want to leave the other ones out of here, but we want to know because there's a story that has been going viral. Someone named Andy Norton in Arizona sneezed in the shower, and they claim that a piece of Lego that had been lodged in their nose for 25 years flew out.
I was in the shower, and my doctor has told me that with the dry, hot summer months, it's really helpful to blow your nose while you're in the shower. So I've been regularly doing this for the last, 6 months or so. Today, I was blowing my nose in the shower, and lo and behold, I blew out a Lego dot that has been in my nose for at least 26 years.
Listen to how, nasally that person sounds already.
There's probably 8 or 9 more Lego dots.
Yeah, keep on blowing your nose. You're not done yet. You are not done yet, friend.
I can't say anything. I have a nasally voice. But no, it's just insane to me to think that you've been wandering around through life for 25 years. No doctor looked up your nose. No x-rays show it. It just blows my mind that somehow it has escaped and evaded medical professionals for 26 years.
And I feel anything, whether it's in your nose or in your ear, everything has to do with your equilibrium and the pressure and the balance. I just feel like that would be so wonky and so weird. But yeah, you're a quarter of a century going on, no biggie. I look back as myself as a child.
Yeah.
And as you can look at my size, I put most of the things in my mouth and not in my nose. But I don't think I put anything up there. I know I didn't go to the hospital for that. Maybe as a kid, pea gravel, playing at the playground or something. The small little, I think it's called pea gravel, the small little stones. That's about it. Laura, what about you?
Well, I never got anything in my nose or ear, but as a child, my parents took me to one of those Sesame Street stage show things, and they gave me a dowel rod flag. So it was a dowel rod with a felt flag on it. And I was playing in a room by myself. I walked, I was probably 2 or 3, not really verbal yet. I walk into the room, and my mom sees that I've broken it in half. And she's like, oh, no, you're sad. You broke your flag. Well, 2 or 3 days later, she's combing through my scalp doing mom stuff, and she realizes there is a 2 to 3 inch piece of wood through my scalp, like a splinter.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so, that was the closest I got to something. So, I had to go do the whole ER situation where they had to, strap me down to the surfboard and all that, and it was not fun, and it was just... But thankfully, I was smart enough. Anytime I stuck things in nose or ear, I was able to get them out myself before an adult required any attention. So
the mad panic, oh God, I gotta get this out.
I gotta tell my dad. No, I feared my dad so much. I was not willing to do stupid things because I didn't want to have to answer to him. So
616-600-0957. Maybe it was your kid that got it stuck in their nose and their ear. They swallowed it, or maybe it was you. 616-600-0957. Let us know what happened. Hey, it's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix. A man shared recently online that He was in the shower, blew his nose, and, a piece of Lego from 26 years ago popped on out.
Yeah, so we wanted to know what got stuck in your or your kiddos, it seems more likely's nose. You can always give us a call at 616-600-0957. Brandy and Saranac, what did you get stuck in your nose or your ear, or what did your kiddo get stuck in their nose or ear?
So my son got an eraser stuck in his ear. And then when I asked, how did this happen? He says, well, you see, my friend was sitting behind me and he threw an eraser and it landed right in my ear. And this was years and years ago. And then he just told me a month ago, yeah, Mom, I stuck that in my ear. I did. You were right.
Was it just a number two?
Took it out. It was the tip of one of those ones that you put on top of it.
Oh, like one of the eraser toppers.
Oh, those are big.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so they popped his eardrum when they took it out.
Oh
no.
Gosh.
It was a terrible blood-curdling scream. I was like, well, hopefully he learned his lesson. I cried with him.
Oh.
And I was like, don't do it again or we're never going to the ER because you'll never learn your lesson.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened, but geez.
Years ago, it's fine now.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm glad it's all good now, but geez, that's terrifying. Well, Brandy, thank you for calling and sharing. We always love hearing from you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too, thanks.
Sadie in Greenville, what did you get stuck in your nose or ear? Or what did your kiddo get stuck in their nose or ear?
My son has gotten popcorn kernels stuck up his nose twice.
Like at the movie theater, or is this at home?
At home. We used to do a movie night. It was my husband's idea, and my son would always put the popcorn kernel up his nose. First time was an ER trip. The second time, Mom just did it.
Okay, so when Mom does it, is it you close one nose hole and try to blow, or how does that work?
Yeah, you putting a vacuum up there?
No. So I blocked the unobstructed nostril and then blew in his mouth.
Oh my God.
Mouth to nose?
The mouth to mouth, and then the
Mouth
pressure
mouth.
blows it through the nose.
That just seems so weird.
Yeah.
It's like he made out with his mom. It's weird.
No, that's the easiest way to do it, though.
He was too.
I would say it's better than doing it the other way, where it's trying to blow it through the nose, out the mouth. Yeah, you have to do it that way. That's just, oh no,
Right.
Sadie, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm terrified because we eat so much popcorn at my house. This is going to be my son
I
for
feel like,
sure.
Sadie, though, you sharing that with Laura is a good lesson here, because I imagine most first-time parents are having something happen, oh, God, we're going to the ER. My kid's going to die. I'm a terrible parent. The next one's like, hey, come here. I'm going to blow this out of your nose.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and my daughter stuck Play-Doh in her ear, so I guess I have two stories.
Oh, no.
Laura, there's so much you have to look forward to.
Oh, man, he's already doing some pretty crazy stuff. I'm not looking forward to that at all. Well, Sadie, thank you for sharing this morning. We appreciate you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, you guys too.
Thanks,
Bye.
bye. Brianna and Holland, what did your kid get stuck in their ear or nose?
Okay, so my daughter is a habitual offender. She stuck a bead up her nose. I didn't know what to do. Took her to the doctor. They removed it. Terrible experience. She taught me how to blow things out of her nose if this ever happens again. And I had to utilize that twice. Once with another bead and a popcorn kernel.
Popcorn is popular this morning.
Yeah, I would say actually beads too. You're the second parent that has called us now and said, hey, I had to blow a bead out of my kid's nose.
Oh, yes, an experience I was hoping to never have to do, but,
Oh, well, I mean, do you feel a little bit closer to your kid after doing that at least?
Oh, definitely. And, there is some sort of satisfaction of we did it.
Yes. I did not require medical intervention.
Exactly.
This is Mix 95.7.
Is it time to